Chapter 13, Off the Trail. Remember all those troubles I had getting to the little lake? Remember the bushes with their prickly thorns? Well, guess what? To get back to the trail, I have to go through them all again. Only this time I'm going uphill. Now it's about 2:30 in the afternoon. The sun is blazing on my head. I get so hot that I'm almost tempted to go back to the lake. But even if I wanted to jump in the water, I couldn't. Remember, Arp, we're doing something so amazing that the Lucy girl wanted our autograph. Then, just when we're almost back to the trail, I see something orange. It's Trailblaze Betty's hat. Then I remember why we left the trail in the first place. We had to get away from her. I grab Arp to keep him quiet and back a little ways down the hill. The orange splotch isn't moving. I hear a weird spluttering sound. Is she snoring? Since she's an old person, she might be taking a nap. Maybe if we hike way around her, we can get ahead of her again before she wakes up. So that's what we do. Unfortunately, this kind of hiking isn't easy. Arp doesn't care that we're battling the woods. He scoots under bushes. He's short. He isn't getting scratched. He has fur. He isn't worried about being caught. He's a dog. But I'm really struggling. Each time I get poked or scratched or whacked by skinny little branches, it seems I'm being punished for not being a good enough friend to Lucy. After about 30 minutes, I think it's safe to go back to the trail. Guess what? I hear a helicopter. I think, come on, people, didn't you get my message? We don't need rescuing. They probably didn't get the email yet, so we crouch down in the bushes and wait for the helicopter to go away. That horrible noise makes me feel really anxious. I hold on to Arp really tight. Thwacka, thwacka, thwacka. Why can't they let us finish our hike in peace? I know I told those girls that my journey wouldn't mean anything without hardships. But do the hardships have to be so hard? I whisper to Arp. Finally, the helicopter fades away. Arp and I return to the trail. The hiking isn't torture anymore. But as we go along, I don't see any inspirational butterflies, or springs with delicious, fresh, cool water, or mountains with stone monuments on top and stores where you can buy Oreos. I just see the dirt under my feet. My shoes are really dusty and muddy now. The rest of me is totally brown too, except for the red scratches on my legs and arms. I don't know if the trail is finding out my lies, but it sure is taking over my body. I try to encourage Arp. Mount Greylock has got to be just past that next hill. But it isn't. Okay, so it must be just past this hill, but it isn't. So I stop saying that. We walk and walk. We drink some water and walk some more. It's getting close to 5 o'clock. Soon it will be dinner time, only there isn't any dinner. It seems like we ate that half sandwich 3 days ago. Now Arp won't walk, so I have to carry him. He shouldn't be so heavy since he's such a little dog, but he is. I wish someone would carry me. Oh, Lucy, I think. If only I could call her. She'd say something encouraging, I know she would. Maybe if I send her a thought, she'll send one back. Amazing things can happen. I mean, I'm climbing these hills even though I'm hungry and tired and carrying a dog. If I can do that, then why can't my thoughts whiz to her? Weren't we always thinking the same thing at the same time? Well, maybe not always. Maybe not so much last year, but we used to. Like the time we were meeting at the playground and I forgot to tell her to bring colored chalk, but she did anyway. I shut my eyes and think really hard, but I open them after I trip over a root. Lucy, this is the hardest part. Maybe you think seeing the bear was worse. Bears are scary and they smell bad, but you don't need a friend to escape from a bear. You just need some cookies to throw. You do need a friend to keep you going through the tough times when you're completely worn down. You've been worn down too. You've been on a long hike with a big hole in your sock. You've been thirsty and tired and hungry, and scared and lonely, and hungry. I guess I said that already. The ground is so hard it feels like it hits you each step you take. The bugs are so bad that you can't ever even stop and rest because they're out to get you. I don't want to rest anyway. Not until I make it to the top of Mount Greylock. I don't care how much I suffer. I have to finish my Hodgkins hike for you and your mom. I stop walking because my heart's pounding too loud, and I wanted to make sure I can hear her answer. Lucy, are you there? Are you listening? Maybe I should have kept my eyes shut. Maybe we're too far away. Maybe telepathy doesn't work. Or maybe she doesn't want to answer, the yucky voice says. Unfortunately, I can hear the yucky voice loud and clear. But the voice is lying. Lucy would want to answer me, wouldn't she? The yucky voice says, why should she help you when you never helped her? In fact, you got mad at her for wanting to be Joan of Arc and called her selfish. The yucky voice is right, I did. Now, of course, I know that Lucy wasn't being selfish. She was the opposite of selfish. She wasn't thinking about herself at all. She was just one big ball of worry about her mom. Now, I remember that after I called her selfish, she said, I thought you were my friend. Did I say, Lucy, I am your friend? I'm your friend when it's kindergarten easy because all you have to worry about is taking turns on the swing? And I'm still your friend, especially now that we're older and everything is more complicated? Well, what do you think? Did I say that? No. I said, I thought you were my friend. I sit down on a rock. Arp comes trotting over. He sits down too and cocks his head at me. What? I say. Then he barks 2 short barks. I figure that means food. Basically, that's all Arp ever talks about. How can you be hungry? We had that nice sandwich. Arp barks again as if to say, that was just a half of a sandwich. And besides, we ate that hours ago. I'm thinking the same thing. But I don't open up my pack. I mean, I know what kind of food is in there. I just sit there feeling miserable. Then I remember something Mom always said to me whenever I came home from school upset. It didn't matter if the teachers were awful or if Patricia Palumbo made mean comments about my carbs and my clothes, or if no one laughed at my jokes. Mom would say, you're just tired and hungry. Then I would say, no, I'm not, and slam the door to my room. Now I realize that Mom's partially right. I am tired. I am hungry. That's why my hike isn't going very well anymore. But I can't tell Mom she's right. She isn't here. Suddenly I miss her so much I almost start crying again. Only I know that would be a total waste of water. So I open my pack. I put on the I Heart Vermont hat because I know Mom would want me to wear it. Besides, the sun is in my eyes and I'm too tired to turn to face the other way. Then I get out my sketchbook and I start to draw the best of all possible worlds, like we always used to do. When I was little, we mostly drew circuses, because I always wanted to be in the greatest show on earth. I would be the funniest clown, and Ginnia would be a snarling lion in a cage. But now I draw Mom wearing the Chinese shirt I like that has the big dragon. I draw me sitting next to Mom. I know I should put Dad in there too, but I'm tired of drawing people, so I just draw his glasses. I do draw Arp, but I figure that Ginny is probably off somewhere with her boyfriend Sam. Then I draw a picnic blanket. I cover the blanket with food. Fried chicken, potato salad, brownies, watermelon. Then I think, hey, this is a picture. I can have whatever food I want. So I draw banana splits and shrimp cocktail and egg rolls and big tall chocolate milkshakes. Drawing makes me so hungry I could eat the paper. But I don't. I get out the lunch bag. Come on, Arp, let's have some delicious dinner. I say it in a really loud, cheerful voice, but it doesn't help. There are only 2 things in the bag. A package of white tofu covered in brown slime, and a bag full of what used to be purple grapes, but is now pale green scum. I open the tofu package. I offer to share. Arp doesn't even give it a sniff. He'd rather eat something he finds in the dirt. I don't blame him. There are people in the world who like this kind of stuff. I'm not kidding, I say. After that inspirational thought, I hold my nose, open my mouth, and drop in one of the strips of slimy tofu. It sort of slithers down my throat. Then I eat the rest of the strips and the smushed grapes. You probably expect me to tell you that they're actually delicious. They aren't. They're the most disgusting things I've ever eaten.